Hi friends, and welcome back to Violin Teacher YouTube channel. Now today's video is going to be in regards to a well-formed left hand. And we all want that, don't we? And I've been working from this book, Quint, Etudes, when I discovered in the back that Dr. Suzuki gives us some really good exercises for the very basic beginner. And I want to read to you first, as an intro to this, what he says about guidance in shaping the left hand on the violin. If we observe the left hand and the fingers of the great violinists when they are playing, we will see what a beautiful and natural form their left hand and fingers assume in relation to the strings. The fingers are easily stabilized on the strings, and they work just like the fingers of a pianist on the keyboard. But in a violin student's playing, this comparison with the keyboard might occasionally show the third and fourth fingers off the keyboard, or fingerboard in the case of the violin, and later then coming back over the fingerboard to play. Now what he is saying here is, and he gives a picture to show you, that he doesn't like the idea of our third and fourth fingers, as second finger plays, being in this position. He would rather they be in this position. Right, so the basic goal is to keep the third and fourth, but especially the fourth finger over the fingerboard while you're doing these exercises. So Dr. Suzuki, and I'm continuing from this book, the Quint Etudes, in his comments, he regards this as a serious weak point and a very unnatural working of the fingers. And in this case, it is extremely limiting. If we don't correct this habit, then the student will not be able to make improvements in technique, and that is not good. We don't want that at all. So let's see what else he has to say. So these exercises that we're going to do, I'm going to teach them to you. By means of repeated use of the third and fourth finger, they develop a stabilized setting of these fingers and a good left hand form, just like that of the great violinists. Therefore, give attention to the form of the left hand and the fingers, and listen carefully to the exercises until you can master a good left hand form. All right, so with that introduction, we will turn the camera down and so you can see the left hand, and we will learn these exercises one by one. Stick around, here we go. Hi friends, so the first exercise in the sequence is involving the third and fourth finger setting down in a repeated fashion. So get your violin up there and make sure that you can hold with just your head, and then practice keeping a nice straight thumb and a nice straight wrist. We don't want it to extend out in a kind of broken look like this or like this. We just want it to be natural. Okay, and then place the third finger on A. And Dr. Suzuki in this book tells us to listen for the resonance. Now, if you play third finger on A, that is D. And it should ring, because if it's perfectly in tune, then the D string will sympathetically vibrate. So that's the resonance that he's talking about. So before we even get to the exercise, let's make sure that we're setting a nice third finger on the A. And if you take your bow off the string, even if you don't take your bow off the string, when you stop the note, when you stop the bow, you should hear a continuing echo in your violin. And that would be the D string vibrating sympathetically. Right, so once you get that third finger set, leave it there as we do the exercise. And so here's the goal. The exercise is very simple. It's just 3, 4, whole step away, 3, 4. And the goal is to hear that get that fourth finger, that arm, to get that arm well under. And let's see what he says in the book. To make the form of the third and fourth fingers beautiful after first finger is set in place. Okay, so let's start with the first finger and then the third finger. That's probably even more helpful. Wonder if you're supposed to hold it down. Do not grip the fingerboard with the finger joints. And I think he means here. Don't grip here. With let's see, violin players should be forbidden to grip the neck with the fingers, but can be permitted to touch it with the first finger. So I think he's talking about the base of the first finger. And this is where your left hand touches the neck of the violin. And then the thumb will be straight and very gently touching also. So as you're doing this exercise, first set your 1, then your 3 to get it nice and ringy. All right, then we're going to play 3, set 4, stop in between, and that should be a nice whole step away. All right, let's move it over to the E string now. Set your 1, then your 3. Let's listen for the ringing tone. Adjust your third finger. Don't move your hand around. Just the finger. If it's out of place, just move the finger, not the hand. Third finger on E is A. It should match A. So if you really experiment with that, you'll find the ring that comes with it. Keep your 4 over the fingerboard and play. Notice when I place the 4 that nothing is changing in the left hand. All right, let's try it on the D now. Reset, make sure you've got that violin snugly under your chin and you're holding with your head only. Test yourself, it just takes a second. Set 1 on D, then set your 3. This is going to match open G. Listen for the ring. I just changed my G string, so it's a little out of tune, so it won't ring. There we go. There, now it rings. And that also builds strength in the back of the hand, which we really need for the pinky, don't we? Great, let's do the same thing now, finishing out this one little exercise, and there's more on the G string. Set the 1, set the 3. Now this will be C, and we don't have a C string, so we're just going to have to estimate, but still keeping that nice left hand shape. Your elbow well under so that you can really make a nice comfortable sound with your strong fingertips. All right guys, so this is just a very simple fourth finger exercise that teaches so much if you take time to train your ear to listen for the resonance of the open string as you set the 3, to keep the fourth finger over the string as you lift it, and then make sure that you're holding with your head and keeping a nice left hand shape. Let's see what the next exercise is in this book. Please like the video and we'll continue with Dr. Suzuki's The Well-Formed left hand here at Violin Teacher YouTube channel. See you soon.